Alright, welcome back to another video from Breezy Reef. And it's late in the evening and I was just doing a little maintenance on my 24-gallon Nano Cube. And I just thought I'd show you guys what my little custom Refugium is looking like these days. And I've covered this in a previous video where I went over the filtration on this system. But I just thought I'd spend a few extra minutes on this Refugium. Right now, I just have this feather caulerpa in there, and this is kind of the winner. I've had chaetomorpha and grape caulerpa in there, and this always seems to either take out those other two macroalgae or the other two just kind of die off after a while, and this one seems to thrive in this system. So this is what I'm running with at this point. I think it's working out really well. It's really a beautiful macroalgae and has this really nice vibrant green color, and there's lots of copepods growing in there and other critters that are benefiting my system and feeding my corals. I did kind of add this custom piece. I got a thin sheet of plastic and cut it to fit this center divider wall between the second and third chambers, and I used a hole punch there, and what that does is it kind of screens off this feather caulerpa, pieces of it, from entering into my third chamber and potentially clogging my return pump and or getting into the display, which you wouldn't want to do. This is a pretty invasive macroalgae, but I've never had any issues with that. It always stays really contained in this little area. And as well, this piece of plastic here seems to slow down the flow, which I think is benefiting as well, because the water just is getting more contact with the macroalgae as it comes up through this chamber. So I'm just really happy with this whole setup. I haven't really messed with it in a long time, short of harvesting the macroalgae every now and then. And underneath the macroalgae there's about 5 or 6 kind of smaller pieces, chunks of live rock that this caulerpa is growing off of, which rest in the bottom there. And that's all I have in this middle chamber. And what I'll do is I'll take you around back just to show you what that looks like from the back, and you can see how much of this feather caulerpa is growing in there, and as well see how my light's attached. So don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. So here's the back of the Nano Cube, and you can see where I cut out of the black backing, which blocks out the light from the chambers. You can see where I just cut out that backing up to the glass, and I used that kind of industrial Velcro strip there just to attach a little Core Life light fixture, which is right there, and I'm just running like a 13-watt power compact bulb, no actinic, and that's it. I used to run 2 bulbs in there, but I think it was adding too much heat to the system, and at one point one died, and this stuff grows exactly the same with just the 1 bulb. It's plenty of light for that, you know, it's just a tall narrow chamber anyway, and the light is right up against the macroalgae. Let me see if I can get in here and show you a closer look. But I have no skimmer on this system, so this macroalgae is playing a really big role in my filtration. And you can see it's just grown all the way up there to the top almost. And right below that, there's about 6 or 7 inches from the bottom of the macroalgae to the bottom of the chamber, and that's where the live rock is. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you my little Refugium and how it's set up and what it looks like right now. I really appreciate you watching the video. Comments and suggestions are always welcome, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.